let's go down to the college ranks here, and we talked about it last week. We're gonna talk some coaching hires. We're gonna stay within the order. So Grant, you'll stay up here, but we're gonna pick a college team, whether the coaching hire, whether we liked it or disliked it. We're just gonna pick one each here, just to keep this show going. Here we're already at an hour already. Wow, hour flies by when you're having fun, right? So Grant, you're up now. What is a college hire that caught your eye this year in the coaching carousel?
We're going to continue to be the mirror of positivity here on the Three Guys Talking Ball podcast. And I'm going to go with the University of Houston hiring Willie Fritz away from Tulane.
Oh, I had that one down, you bastard.
I mean, these last 2 years at Tulane, he's got a 23-4 record, including a Cotton Bowl win over USC last year. And you know, the green wave, they were rolling, they're playing well. And I think most importantly, Houston, they're coming into a new Big 12 with no Texas and no Oklahoma. Who's really the big dog in that conference? Is it Oklahoma State? Is it TCU? Is it Utah? Why can't it be Houston? I mean, there's a lot of talent down in that region in this country, and New Orleans isn't too far away from Houston. So Willie knows how to recruit the area, and I think he's going to be able to build this Houston team up.
Wow.
And now, like in a conference where we're looking to find out who the big dog is, why can't it be Houston and a head coach who's had a lot of success these last 2 years at Lane? So the Houston Cougars with Willie Fritz, I like that. Let's see. I think it could be good in the new Big 12.
There's a reason I had that one down as well, Grant, because all the things you said. There's a lot of very fertile recruiting ground in the city of Houston and the surrounding area. He has ties to Louisiana, which I think is a big reason why they hired him. But Houston, in the past, they get a lot of their guys from that state. He's also coached at Georgia as well. So I mean, there is a lot of hidden treasure in both of those states. He's got good connections there. Okay, and if he hits on some guys early, can get a quarterback, develop them. Yeah, why not Houston? They could promote themselves as the premier program in the state of Texas.
Hey, I mean, they're a premier program in college basketball, so why can't the football team do the same thing?
And we've also we got our daily dose of praising the wonderful city of Houston. Hey, look at that. Two birds stoned at once. Well, Willie Fritz is definitely not Italian.
I don't care anymore. I'm just doing it because it's the celebration.
Well,
the chicken cutlets may be gone in 2 weeks, but while then, I'm doing it.
I'm going to the Northeast. I'm going with Fran Brown in Syracuse. Secondary coach coming over from Georgia. They have some absolute dudes on that defense. Elite recruiter. And on top of that, he brought Elijah Robinson, the interim head coach from Texas A&M, and their co-defensive coordinator up to be his defensive coordinator. Like, easily probably a top 5 recruiter in the country.
Mm-hmm.
The Northeast pretty soon could be on lockdown. I don't think these guys are going to let many people out of their hands. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but Kyle McCord, there's some serious steam about him heading up there now to be their quarterback.
Is there now?
He kind of seems like he is from Pittsburgh or Philly, so he's grew up around that area, and I think it'd be kind of sweet to see the Carrier Dome rocking for a football game. I bet you, it's not the Carrier Dome anymore, but I could definitely see that place.
Carrier Dome forever, brother.
Forever, yes.
Forever the Carrier Dome.
If we're being technical here, but no. But just judging by seeing it on TV, I don't think they actually have. I think it's still just metal bleachers here,
which is the way it should be.
Where like the pound, like I bet you if you can get that crowd rocking, I bet you that'd be a miserable place to play. That would give off some serious Fargo Dome vibes of just raucous, creating an absolutely awesome college environment. But great choice, Ethan, because that was one that like everybody kind of seems to forget about. But Fran Brown out of Syracuse, keep an eye on him in the ACC.
man, like Ethan said, if he can get those guys from New Jersey, and the guys under the radar in Pennsylvania, let's not forget a couple years ago, Syracuse wasn't a bad football program.
No.
They were always winning 8 to 10 games a year. So stay tuned.
Well, Dino Babers, that's exactly what it was. Is like he was about like one game from getting fired, then he'd go reel off 3 or 4 straight wins.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what he did this year. And then they just said, we're sick of this Jekyll and Hyde crap. We need to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm gonna go with go back to the state of Texas. I'm gonna go with Texas A&M hiring Mike Elko coming from Duke. And would we expect anything different from a Texas A&M hire without some controversy or fireworks like we had on the Saturday after Thanksgiving? Initially hiring Mark Stoops, it's been reported, I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but he was on the plane in midair going to College Station to take the job and had to turn around because Texas A&M rescinded the offer because it caused when it was found out that they were hiring Stoops, who would have been a good hire, I think. They decided to just they revolted, in which a classic Texas A&M cult following.
Sounds like Tennessee and Clay Travis.
But
yes,
the more impressive part is they didn't have to get a guy like Clay Travis to do this. It was just the hardy people of Southeast Texas. That's
the cult. Yeah.
I'm sure those owners at the same time that have those deep pockets were like, maybe not.
If we can give $11 million to our assistant coaches, we're not going to hire this guy.
Yeah.
So they go and hire Mike Elko out of Duke. He was the D coordinator before he left for Duke. So he has some familiarity with the roster and some of the players. They spoke very highly, and that was the other rumor is that the players wanted Mike Elko, and I think A&M, they wanted to hire somebody who had ties to the school because, like we said, Texas A&M has a cult following fan base. Their midnight yell leaders are just weirdos. And they wanted somebody who understood the tradition and culture of Texas A&M. The biggest thing that he needs to fix there is the culture. And Jimbo brought in a lot of 5-star guys, but in doing so, he developed the 1-star culture, to quote Matt Campbell from a few years ago.
5-star recruits. Texas has the 5-star recruits. We have the 5-star culture.
And his first order of business is going in there and getting rid of all the bad, negative energy that's in that locker room, because it sounds like there's a lot have already hit the transfer portal. He needs to get the recruiting trail going and start rebuilding that roster and recruiting players that want to be Aggies, not just getting the bag. You need guys that want to be there, that have pride, have Aggie pride, and want to represent the school and the state and the College Station, that rather than not getting rich off NIL. I think A&M fans, and this is going to be tough to swallow, but they need to be patient here. It's going to take a while because it was very, very toxic over there, and it's not going to just happen overnight, because I think that's just a program that needs to build from the ground up. They need to establish themselves as a developmental program and getting young guys in, developing, and using the transfer portal to plug and play a couple of spots, not completely relying on the transfer portal to just bring in a bunch of new guys, because that's another good way to destroy the culture, because they're coming in for a number of reasons, whether it be NIL or, they've transferred at some point or another for a reason, for not getting along with coaches, being a cancer in the locker room. They got to find the right people that are good football players, and even more importantly, good people, good humans that are going to represent the university well.